Hey gang, Twev here, and I know it's been a while since I've done one of these vlogs. Probably been about a week or so. Been busy actually. For a while there, I was actually playing games at night. Played a little Diablo. Got back into World of Warcraft. Started a new character. Started a Blood Elf Mage. So I was having fun playing that. I haven't played a caster in a long time. So for a couple nights I played that. And therefore I didn't do a vlog. Last couple days just been funky for me. Just mentally not in the right place. I don't know if I'd call it depressed. Today was definitely an anxiety day. My wife had her concert at school, and she was kind of hinting for me to take the kids. And whenever I have something during the day that I have to be at, whether it be work, whether it be an appointment, to me the day just shrinks. And because it shrinks, I start to get very, very like claustrophobic, very lots of anxiety, because I know I have to get certain things done by this time so I can leave, so I can get to X place. And for the doors open for her concert at 5:30. It's an almost 40-minute drive to her school. And I knew I had to get the kids fed and everything else like that before then. And it's tough because my daughter takes her nap and she usually wakes up at like 4:30. So I'd have to try to feed her. Dinner time usually isn't until 6, so I'd have to bump that up because we'd have to leave at least by 5 o'clock to get a parking space, get in there. And it was really freaking me out. And between that and a dream I had last night, I kind of had a panic attack all morning long, which kind of sent me into a tizzy. Then I decided just to kind of go with it. And I decided in my head I wasn't going to go. And I would just face the consequences later. Which when my wife came home, she was totally fine with us staying there. And it was a good thing we did because my daughter ended up getting sick. After she woke up from her nap, about 4:30 or so, 4:30, 5 o'clock. And she was eating like a champ, but she just couldn't keep anything down. So she'd have a bottle, she'd throw up. She'd have another bottle, throw up. She wouldn't have a bottle, she'd be playing, she'd throw up. So we had to deal with that tonight. And even for my wife, when she came home, she wanted a nurse for her. My wife basically had to force her to nurse. Then she sucked down a 4-ounce bottle, which her problem wasn't eating it all today. She ate like a champ. She just couldn't keep anything down this evening. So I'm hoping she's not getting sick. Hopefully this is just, a stomach bug or something like that she'll get out of this tomorrow, because that'll be a long day. I thought I'd be up with her all night, to be honest with you. I actually planned on camping it out on the couch with her and her little rock and play. So, but she's in her crib. I don't know what I'm going to wake up to in the morning, because my son and I were playing today, and it was after dinner, and we were just playing. We're having pillow fights and wrestling and stuff like that, and she was in her playpen. And I happened to hear her like, I look over and she had thrown up all in the playpen, and she had been rolling in it, and she was just covered in vomit. And to top it off, she pooped in her diaper. So she was one little stinky mess. So needless to say, she got stripped down. She got bathed. I had to take down the playpen, took the bottom out, because the bottom comes right off because it's a portable. It's a pack and play, which is nice. So I took it out to the kitchen, and I literally just scrubbed it as hard as I could with dish soap. So I literally wet it down and just poured the dish soap right over the top of it, and took the sponge and scrubbed it. So, and that's sitting outside to dry now. That should be dry by morning, and I could put it back up. But even then, after I got out of her bath, she was just laying there on the floor, and she puked on the floor, and of course she had to slap her hand into it. And I'm like, okay. So I pick her up, and I'm like, maybe I'll just try to, console her. So I lay her on my stomach, and I start stroking her back, and she throws up all over me. So that was fun. And cleaned both of us up, and I eventually got her rock and play out and put her in that, which is like it's not a bassinet, but it's like a little bed for them that's on a rocker. So put her in that, and I just rocked her slowly, and I got her to sleep, and she slept for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, which was good. And then my wife came home. She heard my wife's voice, and she woke up. So, but let's hope tomorrow that she keeps everything down. I'm going to check on her before I go to bed, and hopefully she hasn't thrown up in her crib. I was kind of hoping to stay up with her tonight, right next to her, just in case she did throw up. It was more localized, because then I can get her out, I can get her clean, I can give her a bath. Where if she throws up in the middle of the night, she's just going to roll in it, and it's going to cover her sheets, her blankets, her toys, and it could be a very messy cleanup in the morning, which Super Dad will take care of, because that's my job. I'm the stay-at-home dad. So, and that's it, because I'm not working part-time right now because my ribs are still healing, which it's surprising because my ribs feel a lot better. It's still a little sensitive where the ribs are, and it's going to be for a while. And I was feeling really good. I got off the Percocet, taking 2 Aleve every day, and feeling fine. I'm able to sleep at night. But yesterday, I had one of those days yesterday that just drove me nuts. It actually made me miss drinking, because I would have gotten a good buzz on last night just to escape everything. And she needed formula, my daughter. And I looked at my wife and I said, you know what? After dinner, I'm gonna go get her some formula. My wife's like, you need to get out of the house for a little bit, because that's the thing. I can't really. Well, actually, I can't lift the baby's car seat. It's still too heavy for me, especially my daughter. And so it's actually locked in my car right now in the base. So if I go anywhere, I carry my daughter, which I haven't done yet. So my problem is, if I need to go anywhere, like say I needed to go to Target like I did last night to pick up her formula, I can't do that during the day, because I get her in the car seat, I get my son in there, we go to Target, I'm going to have a really hard time lifting her out of the car in the car seat, because I got to put the car seat on top of the cart, because she's only 7 months old. She still can't sit up in a cart by herself. She needs the car seat. So I run into that problem, because I'm going to have a really hard time doing that. Then I got to lift her off there, and then I got to put her back in. So I'm like a prisoner in this house. So I'm kind of stuck here with 2 kids all day. And this has been a crazy week for my wife for her spring concerts, because she's the band director at her school. So she does all the instrumental of the band. So she's been working late hours and doing a lot of after hour stuff. And so it's been me taking care of the kids. I mean, she comes home, she still has another 3 or 4 hours worth of work to do. And I don't blame her. I mean, that's her job. She keeps the medical insurance. She'll have the nice pension at the end of all this. I mean, it's worth it. She gets the summers off with us, but it's just a rough week. So tonight was her big concert, and but I digress. So I did go out yesterday, and I merely went to Target, which is about a 15-minute drive. It's straight up the interstate. Because where we live, the interstate is how we get to everything. Because you could take the city streets, but it takes twice as long. So I hopped up there, got the formula, walked around the store for a little bit just to get out and socialize and not stare at these walls here and go crazy thinking about all the stuff I could be doing, all the stuff I want to do. And then because my son's moody or my daughter's needy, I can't do. I mean, hell, my 2 goals today were to do the dishes and take a shower, and thank God I actually got both of those done. And even then, I was so just, I ended up ordering pizza for dinner since it was just me and my son. But yesterday, getting out, drove up there, got the formula, walked around the store, texted my wife to see if we needed anything else, which we didn't. So I decided I was going to take the long way home. So I avoided the interstate and I took all city streets home. And it took me about a half hour to get home. And I got home, and about 2.5 hours later, my side was killing me. My ribs were hurting. And I couldn't figure out why until it hit me when I went to bed, because I had a hard time getting comfortable last night. I drove. And you don't think, and it's not even so much the backing out, because we have to back out of our driveway. That hurt me the first couple times. But the next time you drive, and see, my ribs, it's the lower ribs. It's like the last row of ribs, right? Like, right, it's kind of hard to, you can see, but so next time you're driving, think about it when you're stopped at a stop sign or a red light and you got to make a right-hand turn and you're doing the hand over hand. Next time, just pay attention a little bit and think about all the muscles you're pulling to do the hand over hand to make that turn. It's amazing how you use the muscles that you don't think about, and making those right hand turns killed my ribs. So I probably should have taken a Percocet this morning because I was quite uncomfortable, but I didn't. I stayed with the Aleve. So I'm a little uncomfortable now. I did just take an Aleve about a half hour ago. I take one I take it at 12s. So I take it at noon, I take it at midnight. And hopefully it'll kick in and I'll be able to get comfortable tonight. But that's the other thing that scares me, is because I was worried about going to the concert, because you're talking over an hour in the car, lifting my daughter, everything else like that. And I was worried about that. So I have another 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. The 15th of June, I go back to my doctor. In fact, it'll be 2 weeks on Monday. And we'll take a look at things, take a look at my ribs, and she'll either clear me for work or tell me I have to take some more time off. So I really don't want to take more time off because we could use the money. I mean, it's not a lot I bring in, but it's enough that not having a paycheck last week really we felt it. So, because we had come to rely on that money. So not having it's far from where, there's not food on the table or anything, but it hurt. I mean, it hurts. So I'd like to get back to work, but I don't want to go back to work until I'm 100%. Because for what I do, I lift, I twist, I bend, I crouch. If I'm not 100%, I'm just going to re-damage everything. And I don't know. When I went to the hospital the first time and they did the CAT scan and they didn't see anything wrong with the ribs, I wonder if I had, a hairline fracture, and that day I went to work, that I didn't break them there. I don't think I did, because when I went to the clinic and I bent over in the tub to grab the soap, I literally felt something jab my side, and that, I think, was probably a rib. So I still think that they missed that at the first hospital, but because, man, that was a sharp shooting pain. That, I swear, something stuck out of me. It was that hard. So that's something you don't want to mess with. And like I said, I want to go back 100%. So that's that. And my wife's off this weekend, of course, and she's a teacher. We don't have any plans this weekend. Unfortunately, it looks like it's a possibility of rain all weekend. 50% on Saturday, 60% on Sunday. So we're going to try to have a fire this weekend. I don't know what else we'll do. Maybe think about taking kids out to Hillside Farms, which is a farm around here. It's a nonprofit. They have cows there. They have animals. You can feed them. They have fantastic ice cream. It's all made there because it's a dairy farm, so they make all their own ice cream right there. So maybe take the kids out there one of those days if it's not raining. I want to try to wake up decently early on Saturday and cut the grass before any rain. So then maybe try to sneak in, like tomorrow night, I want to sneak in some World of Warcraft time. I was actually going to sneak it in tonight, but I'm supposed to record an episode of Trev's Head tonight. But I have nothing to talk about. I don't have a topic because nothing has changed in the last week. I could talk about MMOs. Maybe I'll do that. But I wanted to make a vlog because I haven't made a vlog in about a week. And yeah, lots gone on, but enough has gone on. So, yeah, I think I'm going to talk about some MMOs. And we'll get this processed and uploaded. We'll get the podcast processed and uploaded. Yeah, and then we'll go to bed. We'll throw on a podcast and probably Tech Talk, which was live today, but should be up on the YouTube channel. So that's it. I'm done. Thank you for watching the 16 minutes of me just blabbing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you later.